Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We're going to ignore my bookshelf situation. It is a bit of a mess. I ordered another bookshelf from Target for order pickup. I have to do order pickup because they don't have them on the floor. Like, bookshelves are just like a hot commodity. Like, they can't even put them out on the floor. So last night, or at like 1 o'clock in the morning, I noticed that they had only 2 left in stock. The day before, in the few days I've been keeping an eye out on the app for the bookshelves, and they only had 2 as of 1 o'clock this morning in stock. So I placed an order for order pickup for one, and I'm so excited I get to pick that up today. It's already ready, but I'm going to film this video really quick while my son is still asleep. But yeah, we're just going to ignore what's happening back there. But as you can tell from the title, today we've got a used book haul. They're in these bags. And there's a ton of books that I got. I drove an hour to visit my grandparents, and I love their used bookstore. Of course, I've checked out the used bookstores here. They're just, I'm a bargain book shopper, and also because of my area is a lot bigger. So there's a lot more used bookstores. There's a lot more like Goodwills for donation and that sort of thing. And because of that, I feel like the book selection at my local bookstore, which is like in my town specifically, doesn't have a lot of stuff or as much as the used bookstore where my grandparents live, because where my grandparents live, it's a really small town. But anyway, they do, it's like their bargain books, and they do buy 5, get 5 for free. And they're only $1 each. So you end up paying 50 cents for the book. So if you get 10 of those books, it's only $5, right? So then they end up being 50 cents each, which is awesome. So of course I dug through those and I picked out quite a bit from that selection. And then I also had a book credit that I ended up using as well. Okay, of course, I don't really know what any of these books are about. I really like to go into books as blind as possible. So I'll read, obviously, the back, the synopsis, and see if I will even enjoy it. Sometimes I won't. I'll just pick it up on a whim just because of the cover. Or sometimes I will rely on Goodreads. I don't necessarily like to rely on Goodreads just because, especially with historical romances, because people tend to be like, oh, there was too much sex, oh, there was too much this, blah, 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 whatever. But that's right up my alley. So, and they'll rate it like a 1 star. So I don't really like to just go off of Goodreads. I kind of like to go off of vibes myself and like what I'm feeling, or try to remember other YouTubers that I've watched videos. Now, with that being said, the first book I'm going to show, we were just about to leave, and I was like, I'm going to look through this bin one more time because they have like two huge tables of the books, and they're lined up, like laid down, I guess. And you can only see the spine. They're laid down like this. And I found this book, and I was so ecstatic because I was trying to look for it and I couldn't find it anywhere. But I found it, and that is The Secret by Julie Garwood. Now, I've seen Jen, the Book Refuge, talk about this, and I've also seen Jennifer from Peace, Love, and Books, or Jen from Peace, Love, and Books, talk about this book specifically. So I know that they love it, and I tend to love the books that they love as well. Of course, not every book, but I'm really excited to read this. Sorry, I don't know why I was leaning out of the frame, but I'm really excited to read this. So sticking with Julie Garwood, I got Castles, and these covers are just absolutely stunning. Like, it's like reflective. I don't know. The camera's not doing it justice, but anyway. And then the last one that I picked up by Julie Garwood is The Wedding. Now this is actually book 2. The other ones were book 1 in the whatever series they would be. But this one's book 2. But from watching Jen the Book Refuge's video, I believe they're going to be standalones. I don't know. I don't think they're going to follow. Book 1 is The Bride. This one is The Wedding, I believe. Now, since I was at the bookstore with my grandma loved this author and had read pretty much all of her books, and that is Jude Deveraux. And what I picked up is Eternity. I don't know what any of these are about. Upon Goodreads, this is like book 17 in a series. I'm not going to read all 16 books before I get to this one. But, I mean, I'm willing, since it's book 17, the author's writing should have developed. So I feel like this is a fair book to like judge on if I will like her writing or not. And then I found these two. Now these two are actually a trilogy. I was only able to find book 1 and 3, but that's okay. So this is Whisper of Scandal by Nicola Cornick. These just sounded really good. And then again, book 3 is Mistress by Midnight. I wasn't able to find book 2, but that's all right. I only paid $1 for the 2 of these. So, hey, that's fine with me. And then I picked up Dearest Enemy by Nan Ryan. This one, I believe, is an American historical romance, and I don't own any of those. And it just sounded really good just based on the premise, and the cover is gorgeous. And again, this was only 50 cents, so I'm gonna try it out for that. And then I picked up Barely a Lady by Elaine Dreyer. This kind of sounds like it's another American historical romance. I'm not entirely sure. I'm very new to this genre, like I'm a baby, like an infant, if you will. So I'm just picking up books on a whim, and especially at the price, like 50 cents, I'm going to try it out. I'm going to add it and see if I end up enjoying it. This title did sound familiar to me. So I'm not sure if that's just because a lot of what happens with historical romances is they kind of like mesh together because they base off of the same title and like the look, but it just looked familiar. So that's kind of why I picked this up too. And then I picked up The Beloved Scoundrel by Iris Johnson. I own another one of Iris Johnson's books. This sounded really good. I don't know what it is, but I love a good scoundrel story. So, yeah. And all of these books that I'm mentioning are going to be the books that I did get for 50 cents. I will let you know which ones were half off. Then I picked up Confessions at Midnight by Jacquie D'Alessandro. I'm butchering her name, but this one, like the setback is absolutely stunning. The cover itself is gorgeous. The title, and it sounds really good and it looks really good, so I will also give this one a shot. Then I picked up these 4. Now these 4, I had a hard time kind of figuring out if they were a series or where they were at in a series. I know that I don't have all of them if they are a series, just upon like Goodreads. But these are by an author called Amanda Quick. I've never heard anybody on YouTube talk about her before. But the titles and the setbacks just looked amazing to me. Like this is Seduction, and this setback is like, I don't know. It's just really cute. I love this one. I love the way that it looks. Yeah. Then you've got Surrender. Now, when I do look up on Goodreads, these two seem to be together. Seduction, it's Surrender and Seduction, I believe, but they look like they're one book together. So I don't know if this book kind of like meshed to like, if they put them together. Yeah, because this one was written in 1990. A Bataan book. When was Seduction written? So they were written in the same year. This one was written in March, though, and this one was written in October. So Seduction is first, and then Surrender. And here's the setback on that. So the other two, I don't think that they're going to be part of that. This one is Mischief. This one doesn't have a setback, but it's by the same author. And then I picked up Reckless. And that's all that I picked up by this specific author. So again, I paid $2 for all 4 of these. Amazing, darling. Amazing. Okay, then I picked up Volcano by Patricia Rice. This one sounds really good. They're like stranded on an island, and I love like a forced proximity romance, and it's historical. So, and the cover's stunning. Like, I'm obsessed. Okay, then I picked up Midnight Star. This is by Catherine Coulter. Coulter. I'm butchering that, I'm sorry. But again, the covers are stunning, and I've never heard anybody talk about this author before, so I'm just picking it up on a whim. And yeah. Another one that I picked up by the same author is Night Fire. These are series. I don't know where they go in the series. They're not together, like they're different series. I don't really know much about them, but they sounded really good and the covers are stunning. So that's really why I picked those up. This one is not a historical romance. This is When You Dare by Lori Foster. And this sounds really good. Every other book in this is a historical romance. I'm obsessed with historical romances right now, but I'm also a mood reader, so I need other books to read as well. And I can't just buy a bunch of historical romances, because what if I'm not feeling a historical romance? But this one sounds really good. This is actually book 2 in a series. I hope it's a standalone. I'll have to look more into that. But it sounds really good. And I mean, look at those abs, girl. Okay, then I picked up Secrets of a Summer Night by Lisa Kleypas. Now, Jen the Book Refuge and Jen from Peace, Love, and Books I've heard them rant and rave about Lisa Kleypas so much, and I found this in the dollar bin section. But again, if you buy 5, you get 5 free. So this was only 50 cents. The setback is gorgeous. Upon Goodreads, this is in a series. I debated on getting the rest of the series, but then held off just because I want to read this one first, and I didn't want to spend all of my credit just on this series. I wanted to get other books as well. But sticking with Lisa Kleypas, I think this is an American historical romance, which is cool. But yes, sticking with Lisa Kleypas, I picked up Mine Till Midnight. This was not $1. This was not in the dollar bin. This was in the regular section. Here is the setback, which is stunning again. And this has been ranted and raved about, this series specifically. Again, they did not have the series there, which is very sad. They had 3 books in this series in their regular section, but they only had book 1 of this series. That's all right. I'm really excited to read this, just as I know it's been ranted and raved about. Again, I paid 50 cents for this one, and then this one was half off. All right, so then I picked up Love Me Tender by Sandra Hill. Again, this cover is absolutely stunning, And this one sounds more of like a forbidden romance. I don't know if it's going to be a Cinderella kind of like retelling, but Cinderella and like the glass slipper is mentioned in the premise. So I'm sold. I love retellings. But I've also heard about Sandra Hill, not a whole lot, but I'm interested, you know? So this was 50 cents. And then I picked up the Outlaw Viking, also by Sandra Hill. I'm obsessed with Vikings, and it just sounds really good. So that's why I picked up this baby. This one was half off. And then I picked up Reckless by Anne Stuart. This is book 2 in a series. These are like a Tudor dynasty, like during that time. I'm obsessed with the Tudor dynasty. I don't know if you can see my books down here, but I have like the Norton Anthology literature book. I have King Henry and his wives. I have the Kings and Queens of England, and I have Elizabeth I. I have her book. So I'm obsessed with the Tudor dynasty. So I picked this one up. Again, it's book 2. I have book 1 and book 3, but I did not have book 2, and I was really happy to find it. And this was half off. Then I picked up The Duke Demands by Anna Harrington. This has also been ranted and raved about by Jen from Peace, Love, and Books. So I'm really excited to read this. I mean, she sold me on it, so. They didn't have any of the others in the series, which is fine, but the one that I hear about is this one specifically, so really excited to read this. And then the last book that I picked is The Laird Who Loved Me by Karen Hawkins. I have 2 books in this series. I haven't read any of them. Here is the setback. Absolutely stunning, absolutely gorgeous. Also, my thing is if I'm going to have a book and it's a part of a series, I want the whole series. Whether I'm going to read it or not, I just need the whole series. They've got to be together. You know, they're family, so they got to be together. But this one sounds really good. I love good Highlander romance. It's probably because I'm obsessed with Outlander. So I'm sold. Sold. Oh, wait, I have more books. Whoops. All right, so what this bookstore also does is they put all of the books together if they have all of the series, and then they just give them for like a single special price, which is amazing. I love that. So this is by Lynsay Sands, and I know that she is a well-known historical romance author. She's got a ton of books, and this is like these are Highlander romance series. So this is book 1, and they've got like the little thing there. The setback on this, though, I didn't even look at it. I hate it. I hate that so much. Like, what is that? Oh well. I know it's probably going to be good though, so that's fine. Ooh, this is Hunting for a Highlander by Lynsay Sands. Sorry, I got distracted by the setback. All right, and then book 2 is Surrender to the Highlander. Let's see if this setback is any better. No. No. Okay. The third one is The Highlander's Promise. We're checking the setback together. I thought setbacks were supposed to be like sultry. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, at least the covers are gorgeous. So anyway, that is my entire book haul that I got from the used bookstore. I'm really excited for these reads, and I love watching other people's book hauls. So I hope you enjoyed watching mine as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to see more book hauls, because I'm obsessed with buying books, do hit that subscribe button, and I'm sure you'll be seeing a lot of book hauls recently. My goal for this year is to try and grow this channel and be more dedicated to YouTube. I love filming videos. I love editing. I love posting them. I love watching people's YouTube videos. So I would love to have you join me on this journey. That would be really cool. But that is it for now. Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.